If you have health benefits through the place you work, you may also have option to something that I love called a flexible spending account for healthcare. An FSA for healthcare is quite a deal. You're allowed to put aside a certain amount of money that comes out of your paycheck each pay period that is pre-tax dollars that then used for eligible medical expenses. You pay with those pre-tax dollars, which depending on your tax bracket is saving you quite a bit of money in tax. It could be saving you, you're getting like 20% extra buying power to potentially 40% extra buying power simply by having this FSA, this flexible spending account. Well, guess what though? If you have an FSA for healthcare, you have to use it or lose it. And the use it or lose it rules work one of three ways. And I don't want to dwell too much on this, but unless an employer picks one of the other two methods, you have to use the money within that calendar year for eligible medical expenses. Could be your deductibles, could be over-the-counter meds, the number of things you can use it for, but it has to be used within the calendar year, or you lose the money that you don't claim, and it goes back to your employer as a gift of payroll back to your employer, and they get to keep the money. That's right. You took a voluntary pay cut. What percent of people in the last reporting year, according to Forbes, last year we have solid stats for a couple of years ago, tax years ago, half of people, the exact percent, 48%, left money on the table in their FSA for medical care and gave their employer an end-of-the-year gift. Now, employers at their option can use a provision to allow a certain amount of carry forward for the following year's FSA, or allow you the first 3 months of the year to use up money from the prior year you haven't used. But they don't have to do either of those things. But even in that case, we still have half of people forfeiting money. And not because they didn't have medical expenses, but they didn't get around to doing the paperwork to file for the money for over-the-counter stuff you bought, prescription drugs you had to pay for out of your pocket, visit charges you had to pay, co-pays, deductibles you had to pay, balance bills you had to pay. So most of the time, it's not that we didn't have any of this medical. I mean, I guess if you anticipated medical expenses and your health was perfect all year, great for you. You gave your employer a gift, but you also had the gift of perfect health. That's not normally the case, is that we didn't take the time to do the paperwork and we threw money away. So please know, FSAs are awesome benefits, but it's a benefit you only get the benefit of if you use it. So you get receipts, you have a place at home, you put those receipts, and then your employer or whoever handles benefits for them will have a procedure where you file normally electronically. You download usually a PDF of the receipts. You send those in, and they send you money. Your money, but you got the benefit of it tax-free. Don't be part of the half of people who never get around to getting those receipts together and filing for the money, and you walk away from your own hard-earned dollars.